Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tanai from the Idol Creative. The aim of this channel is to encourage fun through DIYs, makeup videos. Sometimes I even do clothing hauls because I love shopping, and yeah, just all around whatever I feel like doing I will do on this channel. And most importantly, this is a safe space for you to come and maybe just get a brief break from what's going on in the world, what's going on in your life, if that is what you're interested in. Right, let's get into the 30-day lockdown self-care challenge. So I decided to start this channel because like many of you, I've been struggling since the lockdown news in November, December time. There's literally just been such a high level of uncertainty, which has led to heightening my anxiety and just my fear of what's going on in the world, which has kind of made me not want to do anything or feel like what is the purpose of life, or what is the point in me even trying to have goals? What's the point of me even trying to do anything in this lockdown? We're going to be in it for a little while, so what is the point of everything? Like, it literally had me questioning a lot of things, and I don't know if that has been something that you guys have been feeling as well, but it's definitely something that has really affected me. I was struggling to get out of bed. I just felt very unhappy. So it just got to a point where I decided that I was going to create a timetable for myself to help me adapt to this current reality that we're in, because let's be real, COVID's not going anywhere anytime soon. This lockdown measure is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, and we're definitely not going to be going back to our regular scheduled programming anytime soon either. So with that being said, I wanted to share a little bit of my my self-care routine and my timetable with others who might have been feeling the same way or are still feeling the same way that I'm feeling about this whole pandemic, and maybe this is something that will help you to kind of get through what's going on currently. It's definitely a way to add more positive activities into your day-to-day schedule and your life. So yeah, here I am sharing it with you guys. So before I actually get into what the challenge itself involves, I wanted to make a quick disclaimer that I am in no way a medical professional. I am not qualified in counseling or psychotherapy or anything like that. I am just an empath that wants to share some positivity during this really difficult time. That's it. So you are by all means entitled to choose whether or not you want to get involved in this, because at the end of the day, only you know what is best for you. So yeah, I won't be offended if you're halfway through this video, or like you've gotten to this point and you're like, yeah, nah, this ain't for me, so I won't be joining in. I won't take offense to it. We all have our different ways of working, and I'm very mindful that this might work for me, it might not work for other people. And I'm not necessarily saying that this is the antidote to everything, and all your problems and all your anxieties are just going to just float away. But this is more just a guide to making your days more fun and not as mundane as it has been. Because for most of us, we've literally just been waking up out of bed, having breakfast if we have breakfast, then going to work or signing into our computers, or just sometimes it was just laying in bed, because that's literally just been my whole timetable before I created this new timetable for myself. So yeah, like, this is something to, even if it's just ideas that you get from this, I'm okay with that. But I'm also okay if you think that this is something that is not for you. So yes, so the challenge includes getting to know yourself a little bit deeper, creating a routine, learning new things, and yeah, just making your days a little bit more fun, breaking them down and having something to look forward to each day, has been something that has proven to work for people, is having something to look forward to. And right now, normally, I've said this in another video, but normally we kind of are looking forward to going on a holiday, or we're looking forward to meeting up with friends, or we're looking forward to doing all of those things. But right now, because of COVID, we're not able to do that. So like, we have to create our own reality within these four walls that allows us to still be able to look forward to things without being able to go outside. Really and truly, that is our reality currently. I also forgot to mention that this timetable also includes a lot of resting, but not like to the point of like laying in bed all the time, which is not a bad thing. If that works for you, that works for you. But it also includes times to rest, because I think it's important to make sure that you really relax and look after yourself, because by all means, that is what in everything, that is what self-care is. So those are just to name a few of what you can expect from this challenge. I won't go through all the days of the challenge, but I will name a few for you, because I will be attaching these in a link down below so that you can click and have a look at yourself. So some of the things that I have put in this challenge are things like writing a letter to yourself in a month's time. Now, we've all kind of been familiar with the practice of writing a letter to your future self and the benefits of writing a letter to your future self. But once again, this is a chance for you to self-reflect. Sometimes when you write things to yourself, or sometimes when you write things down, your emotions are a lot more heightened. So to write a letter to yourself and then read it 30 days from now, you might see a slight difference, or you might see a massive difference, but you get to know yourself a little bit more, and you get to see what you're like in certain emotions, and it is extremely therapeutic. So this is one thing I'm quite excited about, that I've put into this self-care challenge, to kind of give you a chance to reflect and see where you want to be. It's a great opportunity to try and challenge yourself to be better, which I think is also really good. I've also got in there a create day, where you basically, it's a day where you create. So you can either do something creative, you can plan an idea, you can plan whatever you want to do, you can paint, you can do sculptures, you can make earrings, you can make candles. I've also put in some resources of some of the things I've made. As you've seen on this channel, I've learned to do a few DIYs. They aren't anything like mind-blowing, but they're things to keep you busy. I found that by challenging myself to make DIY stuff, because I'm not someone who's quite practical in that sense when it comes to making things, I found that when I've challenged myself to do them, I have gone through this process of being really doubtful of myself and thinking you can't do that, and actually having quite negative self-talks to myself, like just saying to myself like, Tana, you can't do it, to then being like, oh, okay, this is following the instructions, and thinking, oh, this is actually going okay, this is not so bad, but I don't think it's going to turn out the way that I wanted to then get into the end process and being like, oh raw, like I actually really made this, and it might not necessarily look like what I thought it would look like, but it's my version of perfect. It's my version of that is good enough, and I'm proud of myself within that for doing it. And by doing that, you also get a sense of feeling accomplished, and what better feeling is better than that? Another exercise that I put in the self-care challenge is to reflect on what energized you last year. Now, I won't mention the year. I'm never going to mention this year ever again. I'm not going to say it out loud. But I think we've spent a lot of time thinking about why it's drained us. We spent a lot of time thinking about what went wrong. Think about some of the things that went well. Think about some of the things that you have learned from that year that has made you want to do better this year and all the years to come. What have you learned about relationships? Like, what has energized you in relationships? This is the biggest one, and this has been the biggest one for me, because I have had to cut a lot of dead weight off. I'm not saying anyone's dead, but yes, I've had to cut a lot of the dead weight off. And if I'm in a friendship that doesn't make me feel good, I then need to know what kind of friendship makes me feel good or great at that, if that makes sense. So if I know I have a friend that, like, every time I do something, they're supportive, no matter how small it is, that's something that makes me feel energized. Now, the question to ask you is, what does that feel like in your friendship? Do you know what it feels like to have an energized friendship, a friendship that makes you feel energized? Do you know what it feels like to feel energized as a whole in your life? So these are questions that you can ask yourself and really dig deeper to find out what makes you feel refreshed, what makes you feel like, yeah, I can conquer anything. And I know that you're probably going to think there's nothing, but really think about it. That's just one prompt. The last one that I'm going to mention is actually my favorite, and it is plan a Zoom link up. Now, I went through the last bit of last year being like, I'm zoomed out, I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of people asking me to come to Zoom quizzes, I'm sick and tired of having these stupid Zoom link ups, they're all boring and I hate them. No offense to anyone who's invited me to a Zoom link up, but I really deeped it the other day. Maybe I'm not doing it with the people that I want to do it with, for one, and maybe I'm not putting my all into making sure that it's a good experience, or just as good as an experience of meeting outside or actually going on a proper link up outside. Now, we know the two don't really match, but right now, this is what I was saying about creating a reality that you can adapt to right now. And yeah, rolling with the punches, making lemonade out of lemons. What can you do right now to still enjoy the company that you have with your friends? And right now, Zoom is a big thing. Video calls is a big thing. Doing anything virtual is a big thing. So why not make that experience something that you really enjoy? Why not do that? So I have actually added a tool. I've created a game. Most of you would have known, if you are a long-term subscriber of this channel, you would have known, like, the whole of last summer I did a series on my channel called Pick My Fit, where my friends picked my outfits. I have actually made that into a game, an online game, a Zoom edition game, and I have put all the details of how to play this game. Also, that will be linked at the bottom, and I will explain that towards the end of the video. So I think this is really important, to find things that your friends like and really, really push the creative boat out there. Even if you can't think of something, maybe gather your friends together and think about, how can we do something, like, what's the thing that we love doing the most? How can we make the most of that, but doing that virtually? How can we really spend the time to make sure that we're there for each other and we support each other, but virtually? That's the real question. So yes, and also that's so funny because I will actually be trying out this Zoom game that I made up in a couple of days with my friends, and I will be filming it and also showing you guys that it can be done. So I can't wait for you guys to see that video, which will be out next week, Monday. Those are just to name a few. I don't want to give any more spoilers, but if you do want to have a look at the self-care challenge, I will link that at the bottom. You can find all that you need, including resources, articles, some of the games I've made up, and copies of the self-care challenge. You can find everything that you need on my Pinterest, which I will link below. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I will have it up on my Instagram. And yeah, everything will be there. I've already prepared all of it. All you need to do is click the link, and it's there, and it's to your disposal if you want to use it. Just to show that I'm not being fake, I will actually also be joining in with it, and I will be vlogging it every day. So I will be putting up a video every Monday of how my week has gone doing the challenge. And I will be doing that until the challenge is complete. Because we're starting in Feb, we know that February is one of the shortest months in the year. So it's 28 days. So have a proposition for that. You can either skip 2 days out of the challenge that you don't feel are helpful for you and just do 28 days if you wanted to, or you could literally start your 30-day challenge on the 1st of Feb and finish it on the 2nd of March. You can do whatever you want to do. So there are 2 extra days in that challenge, and I decided that I didn't want to do a 28-day challenge because I didn't want this to just be for Feb. I want it to be for every month. However, I wanted to start to encourage people to start looking at their self-care, because I started to realize that there was a need, because the way I was feeling in January, I can imagine people were feeling the same way. And I'm sure that if you don't kind of start to change your routine, this can continue into Feb, March, etc. So I decided that it would be great to start it in Feb. I hope that all makes sense, and I hope that you guys can choose how you want to maneuver doing this challenge. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me, send me a message, drop me a DM, and I can help you figure out how you want to do the challenge if it's something you want to do. Now for the more exciting stuff, which is the giveaway. Yes, I'm doing a giveaway for the first time since I've started this new venture, and I'm here to tell you the details right now. So I will be doing a giveaway at the end of this self-care challenge, and I will be giving one lovely person a self-care box, a bespoke self-care box, to continue their journey of self-care. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram, and also in any of the days that you participate in. If you take a picture or take a video and you add it to your story or your post, it can be one or the other. It doesn't have to be both. You just tag me in it, and you also use the hashtag TIC self-care challenge, which I'll put at the bottom here. The full instructions and everything will literally be at the bottom of this video, also on my Instagram post that I will be doing as well, so that you don't get confused and everything is crystal clear. I will randomly choose a winner by the 1st of March, and I will get in contact with them myself. Sounds good, right? And just to add again, this is not compulsory. You don't have to do all the days. You don't have to do it at all. You could even just look at it and think, okay, there's one thing that I would really like to try, so I'm going to try that. And that's also okay. It's not something that you feel like you need to follow to the T. I don't expect that from anyone. I don't expect anyone to commit to something that they don't feel like committing to. That's not the whole purpose of this. If you want to look after your self-care, by all means, take what you can from this, but also don't feel pressured to do it if you don't want to. Once again, do what is best for yourself, because at the end of the day, that also is self-care, and power to you. I can't be mad at that at all. So that's it for the end of my video. I cannot wait to see some of you get involved in it if you want to tag me in it. I also cannot wait to try it myself, because I am just looking forward to just having something to do every day. And yeah, it's just been really nice, and it's definitely opened my eyes and helped me to connect better with myself. It's allowed me to set boundaries. It's allowed me to be around things that I like, do things I like. It's just opened up a lot for me, and I hope that the feeling that I get from it, other people can get from it. But if they don't, that's also fine. At the end of the day, I said I am an empath, and I just like looking after people other than myself, and this is what I love doing. So I'm gonna continue to share what I can whenever I can. So yes, this is the end of my video. I hope you guys look forward to the next video that I have on Monday, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.